You might be looking at those two vehicles going like, why would you race them? They could not be more different. But that's not true, they're both red. Besides both being red, they are both American luxury SUVs that are way faster than anyone would ever think was possible.
3, 2, 1, go!
If fun was square and red, it would look like this. The 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. The Trackhawk is powered by a little engine you might have heard of, a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 best known for its work in Dodge's Hellcat cars. With 707 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque, and most importantly, a beefy all-wheel drive setup, the Trackhawk can move all its 5,300 pounds from 0 to 60 in less time than it takes you to say its full name twice. No, seriously, we timed it. 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. If you prefer your fun a little rounder and quieter, but just as fast, we've got the 2020 Tesla Model Y here to satisfy. The Model Y weighs almost 1,000 pounds less than the Jeep, so the big guy is going to have to work hard to beat it. This is the Edmunds long-term Model Y performance. So much performance, it's got to be repeated. This is one of those races where the outcome is pretty weighted. In this case, partially because of weight. There's a common drag racing adage that for every 100 pounds you're carrying, you're adding 1/10 of a second to your elapsed time. So you can imagine that the Grand Cherokee is at a disadvantage. We all have our strengths. Let's see who comes out the stronger here. This is the Trackhawk, and you might know it better as the Hellcat Jeep, because this has the Hellcat engine in it. It has 707 horsepower, and it is way more fun than anything this big has any right to be.
All right, so I'm driving the 2020 Tesla Model Y Performance with the Performance package, which gets me a couple other things like wheels and brakes and all that stuff. I don't really need to do much to make this thing go fast. It's fast out of the box. I just have to make sure it's in sport mode and hit the accelerator and it should do its thing.
So Dodge is actually really good about having a lot of race-specific options that are very easy to find. Like, I'm gonna throw it in track, I'm gonna use the launch control, I'm gonna floor it, I'm gonna let go of the brake.
You know, I think it's a pretty good matchup, but I'm gonna have to go with the Model Y, obviously, because I'm driving it, and it's really simple to launch. And I mean, that Cherokee Trackhawk, it makes a lot of noise, it makes a lot of horsepower, like 7,000 horsepower or something like that.
I mean, I think this thing weighs twice what the Tesla weighs, so I'm not expecting to win, but I certainly wouldn't mind if I did.
I'm ready to see the look on Alana's face after this electric car totally destroys her Trackhawk.
All right, give me a thumbs up when you guys are ready. Drivers ready. 3.
Didn't hold it, sorry.
You almost had me there. That's good.
Drivers ready. 3, 2, 1.
I was in park.
Well, it didn't quite hold it anyway, so, all right.
I guess you can mess this stuff up.
I like that you were in park, because I did that once on a roadkill drag race, and I was like totally in park.
All right, I got it this time.
Drivers ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
That was almost not enough space.
Yeah, that was that turn came up pretty quick.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm like, we're slowing down, and then I was like, oh, well, this is a big car. I don't think I want to make this turn at that speed. And oh, you're right there.
So how are you feeling after that run?
You know, I feel like no one can say that I didn't do my best to beat you. And I think if this was a half mile, I might have had you again.
Were you creeping up on me? I couldn't tell.
Like you really went by, and then you didn't keep pulling away, but maybe you were already getting ready to get off.
Yeah, I think so.
I definitely think that if the Tesla gave you more at the launch, it would be a very impressive lever. You know, I think losing in it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would, because I kind of think I'm having more fun than you. But you could argue that you're having more fun.
I will say that your car does make fantastic noises, and as long as I have you, like, you know, maybe half a car length behind, I can still enjoy your exhaust sound.
Well, rematch?
Let's do this.
I'm gonna hope that you screw up your launch even more this time. Maybe like leave it in park or something. And I think it only would take like one big mistake on your part and I might have you.
I don't think you have a chance, so I'm really sorry to say that.
Drivers ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
That sadly wasn't even close.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I also feel like I went on the G and not the exclamation point.
It's kind of you to say. That is kind of you. I feel like I waited for the O on this one, but no, I just was behind all the way through.
So philosophically, being, you know, kind of a Mopar nut at heart, what is your take on EVs in general?
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit of like a trader. I'm sort of like a gun for hire in that whatever car I am in and is winning is my favorite car of the day. So when I was driving the Tesla in some other races that we did earlier, I was a huge Tesla fan. But right now, I think it's the dumbest, lamest car ever, and I hate it.
I don't blame you.
Jonathan, I was saying I thought I might catch you if we had a longer racetrack, and let's try a roll race and see if that's true.
I'll take that bet.
Drivers ready. 3, 2, 1, start rolling.
You definitely beat me, and I did let off a little bit early because I was already at like 107, and I felt like even when we were just doing the regular quarter-mile race, I barely had enough room to slow down before this turn.
Yeah, that was a good call. I mean, again, you have 1,000 pounds on me, so, and it seems like the brakes are a little more temperature sensitive, so, yeah, I don't think the outcome would have changed.
Oh, you don't think I would have made up those like 6 car lengths in the last 60 feet? Also, you know, thanks a lot for telling everybody in the audience that I have 1,000 pounds on you. You know, I think I only have like 300 or 400 on you. Oh, wait, you meant the car?
At our test track, these two SUVs were more evenly matched, posting very similar braking and skid pad results. They were even tied in acceleration to 60 miles per hour and at the quarter mile. So what happened during the drag race? Simple, weather. We filmed the race at a higher altitude and in hotter temperatures, meaning the Jeep's V8 wasn't able to breathe the air its supercharger demands. Because EVs don't need air to make power, the Model Y was able to repeat its performance more easily.
Where was this wind when we were racing? I could have used the tailwind in the Trackhawk. I think the Tesla might have still got me though. Still, considering how much heavier the Jeep is, I think it did pretty well. And the fact that we have an option, not just one, but 2 different cars that are so fast, are big, can carry stuff, and are made in America. We're all winners. Well, no, actually, that's not true. The Tesla's the winner. So far, our Model Y is undefeated. What should we race it against next? Tell us in the comments. And if you like these videos, hit like, hit subscribe, do both of those things, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.